What's up, guys? This is the Boardgameroamer, and we're back with Undertow. That's right, we're back with day number 4 of our journey with Stanza and Duster. You'll notice that things have been rearranged a little bit. This background here that you see is actually a table that I recently acquired. It's a really nice table, 4.5 by 4.5 wide, with a leaf that comes out in the middle to make it a little bit smaller. But this is where I'm going to be filming from, and so this is actually the first video with it, so I'm super excited. I've had to rearrange everything, so we'll see how this goes. So I think that's everything, so let's go ahead and get started. So beginning of day 4, we have our encounter card. It's called Dawn with a Ship. Sunrise, a cherished time of day that brings serene sights, peaceful sounds, and the sweet, sweet aroma of Molnor. Oh gosh, this is not good. What a lovely way to ruin a beautiful moment. That's so true. Their boat, moored to the shore only 20 arrow lengths away, is noticeably larger than our tiny raft, and it appears no one is out on deck as of yet. But as usual, when you think you have a leg up on the Molnar, you're actually a step behind. As we attempt to float by unnoticed, their ship turns to block the width of the river. We're not getting by without making a deal. So we have two options. And we really only have one option. The first one is a game of dangerous darts. Encounter success is achieved no matter the outcome. The second one is offer a bribe, and we give them the Mechalabash pipe or dragon scales, and we do not have either one of those. So we will skip that. So we have to go with the top option. Select a gear lock to represent your party in a game of dangerous darts. If gear lock loses, party must give the Molnor 1 loot if possible. 1 progress and 2 training either way. So we're going to do dangerous darts. Now, dangerous darts is a game that is it's on page 25 of the rule book. It is not on the Adventure Reference Guide, which I believe it was in the original Too Many Bones. But in any case, that's where it's at now. So this is the way it works. And oh well, I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put this card. I guess we'll just sit it right here for now. So the way it works is each player and opponent starts with 10 HP. So let's get out a pretty fast stack. So we're probably going to need them 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's one stack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 stacks. Then it says, using only attack dice, defense dice, or status effect die, player must choose 3 dice, but no more than 2 of any kind. So we have attack, defense, or status effect die to choose from. Okay, so we can roll any one of these 3 types, no more than 2 of any individual type. So potentially our pool of dice, it's going to look like this, potentially, right? I'm just going to set these down here on Stanza's map for now. Non-gearlock opponents always choose 2 attack dice and 1 status die. So they're always going to roll 2 attack dice, boom, and a status die. So we'll put this over here with them. This will be, did I miss a count here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For a second, those looked like they weren't equal stacks. I don't know why. Okay. Once the dice are chosen, the game begins with the opponent rolling their 3 dice. So they will always roll this every turn, and basically we're going to apply the damage and the status effect to us, and then we'll get to roll. And we literally just go back and forth until one of us runs out of HP. In our case, hopefully, it's the Molnar. Actually, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to put this on their side, and just so we have something, we'll say that represents Stanza. Alright, so yeah, this is going to be rough. I will tell you that generally this is weighted towards the Molnar. So we'll roll them first. Alright, so we have, it's kind of hard to see, isn't it? 1 attack, 1 weaken, 1 bone. Now, fortunately for us, we'll put the 1 weaken there. The bone doesn't do anything, but we do take a damage. Oops, that was weaken 1. Alright, so weaken 1 means we can only use 2 dice. So I'm going to say an attack and a status. Alright. So this is our response to Stanza's response to them. Alright, they get weaken 1 and a bone. Oops. So we'll put the weaken 1 die on them. This goes away for us. And a bone. So now they get to roll their attack. So that's going to be 2 attack and oh no. So since they have a weaken 1, we get to choose one of these die to get rid of. I'm going to get rid of the status effect die. So they're only going to be rolling 2 attack. Let's hope they can roll not a lot. Alright, 2 damage. So, oops. 2 damage comes off of Stanza. And that effect die comes off of them. So now Stanza gets to go. So I'm thinking let's do 2 attack and a status and hope we can stun them or poison them or something. So here we go. Alright. So that was a weaken 2, which is good, and 2 damage. That was actually really good. Alright. And I'm actually going to use this because I'm going to get confused. I'm going to use this brown chip as whose turn it is. So Stanza wins. Now it's their turn. They have weaken 2, so we have to pick 1 die for them to roll. I'm going to say 1 attack die. That's a 1. Okay, so that's 1 more of us. That goes away. Switches back to us. I don't know, I think I'm going to go with 2 attack and a status again. It seems to be working well. Tell you what, let's do it. Attack, defense, and a status. Because here's the thing. If we roll 1 bone, we can remove an effect die from ourselves or from an opponent. Two bones, we stun the opponent. 3 bones. If we rolled 3 bones, it'd be a knockout. So we could roll like 1 attack and 2 defense. If we got 3 bones, it'd be knockout. But the odds of that happening are not very high. So let's just go with 1 status, 1 attack, 1 defense. Oh, nice. Okay. You see that? 3 poison, 3, and 2 bones. Oh man. This is good. We may at least have a chance. So, poison 3. And 2 bones means stun the opponent till the start of your next turn. So, they're effectively stunned. Alright. So their turn goes. Remember, they're stunned. So technically we should have, I guess, done this. And then they would have been stunned. Alright. So then they take 3 damage. 3 damage. That ticks down to 2. Then it's back to us. I think I'm going to roll 2 and a defense. Or actually, I may roll, let's roll 1 and 2 defense. Alright, so we get 2 defense and a bone. Not uber helpful, but and a bone, we're not going to use the bone. Okay, so I'm going to assume that means by may use this, that terminology would mean that it is optional. So I'm going to choose not to use it so that we keep the poison on them. And it's going to go back to them. So at the beginning of their turn, they're going to take 2 damage. This poison is going to drop to 1. And then they're going to roll their standard 2 attack and status. And they rolled, 2 damage and a stun. Not good. Alright, so 2 damage. It comes off of our defense. And we are stunned. So then it goes this out of the way. Then it goes back to us. We're stunned. So that goes away. Then it goes back to them. They take 1 damage from the poison. And that die goes away. So now we're at 1, 2, 3. We still have 6. They have 2. So they're going to roll 2 and the status die again. Alright, so they get 2 damage and we get weakened. So 2 damage. 1, 2. So that's 4 left for us. And weaken 1 on us. Goes back to our turn. We have weaken 1. We're going to roll 2 attack die. And hope that we get at least 2 damage. Statistically, we should be in a good spot. I have been fooled before. 2 damage. 2 damage. Stanza does 2 damage, and that is the last 2 for the Molnar. So we were victorious, which is usually not the case. So all these go away. It's over here, back over here. So if we win, select a Gearlock to represent. Gearlock loses. So we won, okay? Because we won, we do not have to discard a loot, so we will get to keep the 2 loot that we have, and we'll get 1 progress point and 2 training points. So give me just a minute to decide how I want to do these here training points, and I will be right back to you with our regularly scheduled program. Okay, so I think for Stanza, we're going to go ahead and make this dex a 3 for a total of 6. And we're going to attempt to increase the attack stat. Let's roll it over here. That was successful, no bone. So, so now we have an attack of 2. That way, if something gets close, she can at least do a little bit of damage. For Duster, I'm going to take the throwing knives, which is some non-adjacent baddie damage. One side, two sides has 1, 2 sides have 2, no, 3 sides have 2, and 1 side has a bone. So some good potential damage, and then I'm also going to attempt to train the attack. If the attack is not successful, I'm going to take Vibro Blade instead. Duster's got 2 attack, so roll 2 attack die, and that is no bones. So Duster is able to increase attack, which is great. And I'll put the Vibro Blade back in here. Yep. Okay, cool. That is everything. So I'll get this back over here because it's Duster's. And actually, let me put this. Gosh, let me put this somewhere out of the way, don't I? You can see the map. I'll put it down here in the corner. So, yep, that is day 4 complete. Pretty quick day 4. Fortunately, we didn't lose anything on day 4. It's always a plus. So now we're going to do our adventure guide. We can trade loot if we wanted to. Again, I think we're going to stick with the loot we have. We don't want to trade. Make lock picking attempt. We don't have any trove loot. And then individual options. Stanza's at full health, which is rest and recover. Search for better loot. The fish dinner I like. It's 2 uses and that 4 HP. So if we do get really beat up between rounds, so it'd be a good heal, so that Stanza could do something different. Search for better loot. We're going to keep the fish dinner. So we're going to scout with Stanza. So let's just go ahead and do that. And we're going to roll a d6. So we'll take the d6. Again, I'm going to roll it down here. It's a 3. So we scout a 1-point baddie. It's going to be Goblin Mutant, 4 health, 3 initiative, melee, 1 attack die, has mischief 1, attacks closest strongest. I mean, that's fine. We'll keep that. Duster is 5, 1, 2, 3. See, the thing is, if I do the full 5 for Duster, Nightshade doesn't get to come onto the mat. And day 5, it's going to be 2 5-point baddies, if it's a combat, anyway. Or we could search for better loot. I think I like the programmable defibrillator, but I think I'm going to roll for better loot. It's not really something that we're able to use except in a very specific case. I think we might be better served having something else that we can use on a more consistent basis. So we're going to get rid of defibrillator and hope we roll at least 1 bone in all these. Oh, gosh, dang it. Or we can roll no bones, which is a risk we take, and that goes away. That sucks. Okay, well, there you go. There is the completion of day 4. So let's move on to day 5. And we're going to pull, the burning sensation of ash lettuce Ashleet's foot. That's funny. There are 3 key rules to exploring Daylor's northern jungles. First, bring a mechanical machete attached to a spider bot or mech suit, or even grafted onto your real arm. Up to you. Second, don't forget your electromagnetic mosquito liquefaction emitter. Finally, make sure your shoes are not engulfed in searing, feet-cooking lava. So, about that third one. We're all nursing nasty bones on our toes after mistakenly walking over a volcanic fissure. With foes right on our heels, this barefooted party of ours will have to think on its feet. Okay, so we have, first thing I'm noting is that this map will now flip. So we're now in the Welcome to the Jungle. Copyright. No, just kidding. So we have 2 options. The floor is lava. And back away, we're getting cold feet. First option. The floor is lava. And this will give us an additional training point. BQ baddie points. Add number of baddie points equal to the party size. So this would be, excuse me, 12 points. At the start of every round, lava burns all non-dragon scale units, or all non-dragon units on battle map for 1 true damage. If a baddie is defeated, release lane marker and flip the baddie chip over on its current position. Any unit that moves onto this position is immune to lava as long as it remains here. Interesting. Second option, back away, we're getting cold feet. After battle setup, roll total combined attack dice of all baddies on the battle mat. Then roll total combined defense dice of all gearlocks on the battle mat. Subtract defense from attack and deal any remaining damage to gearlocks before round 1 begins. That would be 4 defense dice and who knows how many attack dice. Or the first option, well, sorry, either way, if we're successful, we get 1 progress, 1 training, and everybody gets a loot. So the floor is lava. At the start of every round, lava burns all that faction, which is the I want to say dragon scale, but it could be wrong. Faction units on battle map for 1 true damage. If a baddie is defeated, release lane marker and flip the baddie chip over on its current position. Any unit that moves onto this position is immune to lava, and as long as it remains there. So basically, as they die, anything that's not a dragon scale, as it dies, it becomes a safe spot. The second option is we potentially get dealt a little bit of damage before we start. It's day 5, so we're going to have 2 5s and 2 1s. So you're looking at potentially 8 damage. Of course, at the same time, I'm kind of thinking that true damage could be rough. I mean, like, for example, we know this first baddie's only got 4 health. If it dies, yeah, it's going to flip, but it's got 4 health. Okay. I think we're going to take the second option just because I don't want to risk losing a day. So I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to pull out of the 5 points. We know we have this one. That's 3 attack, 2 defense, dragon grounder. We've scouted him before. Then we have another 5. And then beneath that, we have the goblin we just scouted, and another 1 point for a total of 12 points because it's 10 plus the party size, which is 2, so that's a total of 12. So that's everything we got. Now, we do normal battle setup. Alright, because the card says after battle setup. So we're going to do our normal thing. So we're going to start with round 1. We're going to start with here. So the first unit is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 health. Lane 1. It is melee, so it's going to start here. And an initiative of 5, so he's pretty darn quick. That is the Dragon Grounder. So we'll just keep a pool going. So far, that's 3 attack. Now we know we've got, since there's none of these that are coming out, I'll use these sides. 4 defense. Next one. Okay. Equipment, Mischief 2, Goblin, Artificer. It is also melee, 2 attack. 4 health, 5 initiative. So 1, 2, 3, 4 health. Lane 2, melee. Now, it does have equipment. Okay? And equipment is something we have to roll for. So we're going to roll our 6-sider. Let's roll it right here. It's a 5. Consult the chart. Increase its initiative die by 2. So that means it's going to go first. Alright. At least it's not health, right? So that is a total now. We add 2 more attack dice for it. Then we have the one we already scouted, the 1 point in lane 3. Also with 4 health. And lane 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright, and it is also melee. Gosh. And that adds a die. And then last is the Kobold Tenderfoot. 2 health, 2 initiative. Melee, the only Dragon Scale unit, 2 health and initiative of 2. So it's really slow. But of course it is melee. So we kind of don't have, oh, I didn't do this, 3. So we don't have a whole lot of room. And, oh man. Alright, I'm going to assume that it's going to add 1. So we have 1 and 3 is 4, 5, 6, 7 attack dice versus our 4 defense dice. Eek. Eek, eek, eek. This is not good. Guess I may have made a poor life choice, but it is what it is. Oh wait, you know what? Hold on, let's go back. Almost got ahead of myself. I'm going to set those off to the side. Now we have to place us. And remember, man, there's really just nowhere good for Stanza to go. I'm going to put Stanza right here. Seems to be the most safe, probably. Duster and Nightshade can start at any position on the map. So let's roll everybody's initiative first, I guess. Probably should be what we do. I'm just going to roll it here. Okay, know what that was. Alright. So Duster goes second with a 5. Then Stanza goes 4th, and then Nightshade. Alright, so the order is going to be purple, so that's this unit, then Duster, then the big boy here, then Stanza, Nightshade, then we have this mutant, and then the Tenderfoot. See, Stanza has backstab, right? Sorry, Duster. I can't always get those. I don't know how I get those confused. So if we can get a unit adjacent to both Duster and Nightshade, 2 bones will give us a backstab. The blue is pretty gnarly, so I'm kind of thinking, as much as I kind of also don't like it for the fact that this unit's going to get to go first, kind of thinking that I may do that. Ooh, wait, Mischief 2. Ooh, Mischief 2 is not good. Take that back. I may do this. No. Gosh. That Mischief 2 is going to be bad. It's going to go first, so it's not going to have anything. So I take that back. I am going to do this and this, because the Mischief 2 will move it right here, and Stanza will attempt to do some damage to it. And then Duster can finish it off if necessary. I think that's going to be the best way to handle that. Yeah, let's do that. So, also we need to roll the Lutar die for Stanza. Oh man, oops. That was horrible. We got a 2. And now we're going to roll all the attack and defense die. Look at that. And see what we roll here. Okay, so we have 2, 4, 5 defense. A couple bones, that doesn't mean anything. So 2, 3, 4, 5 defense. And 5. So that leaves us 2 actual damage. Okay, so that's not near as bad as I thought it was going to be. I think I'm going to take both the damage off of Stanza, just because she's going to have Under the Old Zelfie and start getting some oh goodness, getting some buff HP and health pretty quick with the old Zelfie, and that will keep Duster with as many points as possible. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so here we go. Lord, this is gonna be, whew, this is gonna be tough, guys. We'll put this over. It's gonna be tough. All right, so first up is purple. This is our Goblin Artificer. Oh wait, you know what? I didn't plan this well, because I did not pay attention to who it attacks first, and its priority is the least, which means it's going to move this way, and it's going to do its 2 attack against Nightshade. Oh man, come on, just roll a bone. Roll a bone. Yes. Yes. Okay. Oh Lord. Well, so Nightshade takes 1 damage, but is still alive and kicking. This is uber fortunate for us. Okay, Duster next. It's 4 decks. So we're gonna roll 3 attack die. So we're gonna roll 3 attack die, and actually I think we're gonna roll the the bleed die as well. Now let me look at this, because what I could potentially do is use my blade dip. Blade dip, roll the skill when acquired, so I have 1 use where I did that before. I can choose to apply poison, but if I roll any bones, the blade dip doesn't happen. I'm going to say yes to the blade dip. So this gets exhausted. So we'll put this over here. And let's hope that I don't roll any bones. And again, I'm rolling 3 attack dice in my bleed die. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. That was horrible. So we have 2 bones, 1 damage, and then another damage and bleed, so that's 2 damage. That did not work out. Okay, so the poison doesn't happen. We do get 2 defense die. The target was this, so it takes 2 damage from the attack. It does get the poison die. Sorry, the bleed die. And we can use our 2 bones, which I'm going to do 2 more damage to it. Okay. And we're also going to use 2 attack die for Nightshade to also attack it. It only does 1. Now see, here's my question. Why could I not have rolled all these bones? So here's I just took it off here. Off of him. Well, on a plus side, it is now his turn. So on his turn, he takes damage from the bleed. And then it targets the single closest, weakest. So Duster and Nightshade are both closest, but it targets the weakest, which means it targets Nightshade. So that's going to be 3 attack and 2 defense, which really kind of... Oh, wait, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. I screwed up. I did not do that damage to him with Nightshade because Nightshade hasn't gone yet. So put that back. So now he's got 2 health. Alright, so he's still going to attack Nightshade. So roll that. Wow. Dang. Okay, well, 3 defense and 5 damage. Holy cannoli. Alright, 5 damage. Well, it clearly kills Nightshade. Knocks it out. Nightshade, that means it's going to come off here. Cannot be used for the rest of the battle. I'm going to put that on the exhausted side. Next up is Stanza. So the first thing Stanza is going to do on her turn is intro a song. Boom. Song intro. That is going to cost a dex. And that is going to give us 1 buff HP. Alright. And, shoot, now I got to do the same thing. I'm going to leave the buff HP up here, guys. Sorry. Or sorry, their normal HP. So 1 buff HP. That's 1 dex. We now have 5 dex. So what do we want to do with it? I think I'm going to roll 2 attack, 2 defense. Ooh, am I going to roll 2 attack, 2 defense? So the question is, I could move to here, right? And then the next turn, this is going to move and attack. It's going to attack me. The purple, though, would move and attack Duster on its turn. Actually, you know what? It's probably going to do that anyway. because it's going to move to the closest, which is going to be here, and then it's going to attack the weakest, which is probably going to be Duster. Yeah. So actually, I'm going to leave Stanza right where she's at and go with my original plan. Roll 2 attack and 2 defense. Okay, so we get 2 bones. And we have 1 attack and 1 defense. So we will put those up here. 1 attack and 1 defense. There's 1 defense. The 1 damage will hit our target. So he takes 1 damage. And we're definitely going to use one of our bones from our backup plan to increase our Lutar using tune-up. And that's going to be Stanza's turn. Next up is Yellow, which is this Goblin Mutant. It's going to move down 1. It has Mischief 1. There's nothing in the active slot to take from Duster, and roll a single attack die. Two damage to Duster. Duster may be gone. So I took the 2 damage. Dang it. I always keep forgetting to switch. 2 damage off Duster. Which means Duster just has 1 HP left. And then green goes. That is this Hardy Compound. It is round 1, so it's going to use 1 attack to attack Stanza. Get a bone. Oh, no. 1 damage comes off the defense of Stanza. And that is round 1 completed. So we go to round 2. Alright. Purple goes first. Immediately takes the damage. Okay. Then it's going to roll oh man. I forgot it has weakened too. No, it targeted Nightshade, so it didn't matter. Alright, so it's going to attack Duster with 3 attack dice because it's already using 2 of its defense die. And it's going to apply weaken 2 to Duster. Although I'm going to be really surprised if Duster makes it through this. Oh, wow. No. Duster, 5 points, definite KO. So out comes Duster's die. Blue's gone. Stanza goes next. So now Stanza has to intro now let me look here. Oh, we could, oh wow, I should have done that. Oh well, too late now. So we have to, any song that's existing, that's already going, and we have to up it. So we're going to go to we're going to vamp it. We're going to vamp it because it would give everybody 1 point, which means this big guy's not going to die on his next turn. We don't want that. So we're going to vamp it. So that's going to save us a dex. We're going to intro the Siege of Charon, which is what we should have done to begin with. That's 1 focus, so we've got 2 focus total, 1 for the vamp, 1 for the new die. That gives regens 1 health for the party. So that's 2 dex. I'm sorry, that's 1 dex. Because when you vamp, It grants a break, but it does not cost a dex, fortunately. So that still leaves us 5 decks. Gosh, I really kind of think I need to move, just to be honest. I think I need to, because this is going to move up if I don't and unexhaust my songs, is what's going to happen. Yeah. So I'm going to use 1 dex to move. Well, I guess I could use, yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, no, he's got mischief too, or mischief as well. That's what I'm going to do, and then I'm just going to roll 2 defense die. Yep, I think that's what I'm going to do. So, come on, defense. Golly. Bone. Man, that's not what was supposed to happen. And a defense. Add distortion. Okay. Yeah. So that's Stanza's turn. So the Goblin Mutant is going to go now. He's yellow. He's going to move closer. Oh. Oh. Okay. 1, 2. Okay. So he's moving closer. The green goes. That's this. He moves down. He attacks. Remember, he has compound. So we're on round 2. He gets 2 attack die. And 2 damage. Okay. So 1 is absorbed by the defense. 1 comes off the buff HP. So this was here. Sorry. Defense. Buff HP. Okay. Alright. Round number 3. Purple goes. Now he cannot get to me, so he's going to go the shortest route to get to me, which is he's going to head all the way around, which is good. So 1, 2. That's as close as he can get. He's done. This unit goes, takes his bleed damage, which actually kills him. It's a 5-point defeated. Alright, so he's out, and that comes off. Stanza's turn. So now we have to re-intro our other song. That's going to be 1 dex. And then we have to either vamp or advance our other song. So we introed Under the Old Zelphay, and we advanced the Siege of Charon, or sorry, Only Time Will Tell. That's 2 decks. Let's see here. I wonder, let's see, does this affect? No, Mischief is not. Okay. Number 11. I was checking to see if Siege of Charon, what it would do for us, but it's not going to do it, I think. So, resolving our songs now, we get 1 buff HP because of Under the Old Zelphay. And we now have Recovery 1 for the party. That is one we haven't used yet, I don't believe. Revive. Oh wait, revive affected units. They start with number HP. Oh. So that's the revival. So that's kind of the bring back to life. That's one of the reasons why I was like, maybe we just won't use the. Yeah. So what just happened was Duster now gets put back on the board. So give me just 1 minute to look that up and see how that works, and I will be right back. Okay, so what happens is that song is playing, right? Uh, Unfortunately, Duster doesn't get to come in immediately, okay? But at the end of the round, of the current round, so at the end of round 3, um, a gear lock is revived. It set its HP to number shown on the skill, so in this case, Duster would only have 1 HP. And it rejoins the battle at the end of the current round, and then we set it in normal, basically like we're setting it up for the first time. So, which begs the question, if that's the case, then does that mean that Nightshade, I think Nightshade would not be able to come out again. May have to look that up. But at any rate, that's what's going on. Yeah. Okay. So it's Stanza's turn. We've dealt with these, so we have 2 decks used of our 6, and we're using all 3 of our focus. I'm going to go ahead and spend a bone to increase our focus to 4, so we have 1 to advance beginning of next turn. So we still have 4 decks. So we're going to roll 2 attack and 2 defense against the unit that is directly in front of us. So let's go to the dice tray. All right, so we have 2 defense. 2 defense, which we will slot. 1 and 2, and 2 damage, which only takes 1 to kill this unit. So it is completely destroyed with 1 point. And we'll set that off there. Yellow goes. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4. Okay, so it doesn't matter. We'll just move it right here. Mischief 1. I guess I was going to say it exhausted. Yeah, it'll exhaust a defense die, I suppose. It's the best I think I can do. And 1 attack. So let's go to the dice here. What attack? Absorbed. Oops. Absorbed by Stanza's 1 defense. Alright, that's everything. Round 4. So first up is this unit. It's going to go 1, 2 to move closer. Then Stanza goes. So we can advance a song. Yeah, we'll advance the song to the next section of Under the Old Zelfay. So that's 1 dex. And the beginning of this turn, remember, Duster comes back at the top. You know what? Let's move this back, because Duster comes back at the top with 1 HP at the end of the last round, at the end of round 3. So I'm going to do, I think I'm going to put him right there. Yeah. Well, yeah, right. Actually, I think I'm going to go right there. Yeah. So, actually, what will happen, beginning of round 4, let's see, let's move this back. Back down to 1 here. Nope. Yeah, that's where we were at. All right, so Duster will go first. Hopefully I did that revive correct. So again, just to recap, so technically at the end of round 3, because this revive is playing on Stanza, we get to revive Duster. We place him like normal placement, which he can go anywhere, she can go anywhere on the map, on the battle map. So that's where I'm going to put her. Gear locks go to the front of the initiative meter. So it's in the front, and then we switch to 4. Right? So then we're going to evaluate Duster first. So Duster has 4 decks, and is going to roll 3 attack, 1 defense against the Goblin Mutant. Actually, take that back. He's going to roll his throwing dagger and 3 attack. Alright, so we have 2 bones and 3 damage. So 1, 2, 3 damage. So that's good. Alright. Then purple goes 1, 2. Then Stanza goes, so this is where we would advance our songs. If we advance, I think we're going to vamp Under the Old Zelfie. And actually we're going to, then we're going to advance the Siege of Charon. So if I had chosen to advance the next section Under the Old Zelfie, we would have had everybody would have gotten a health, and we don't want that. So I don't know that I can necessarily kill this unit. Unit, and I do not want to get rid of any of my songs. So we're going to vamp it for a turn. But we will increase Siege of Charon, and that is everybody in the party gets 2. So Duster goes up by 2. And Stanza goes up by 2. It's already at 5, so tops out at 6. Okay? So that's using 1 dex. And we're still at 4 focus. Okay. Yeah. So we're still good on that. So with the 5 decks that Stanza has left, it's going to be 2 attack, 1 defense against this, what is that? Goblin Mutant. Okay, so there's a defense. This is good. And 2 damage, which is enough. There's the defense. 2 damage, which is enough to defeat this baddie. Try to keep these in order. That is at 1 point. So we'll go over our little 1 point stack here. And that will come out. And that is, that is the end of the round. And we go to round 5. So beginning of the round, we have Duster. And pack mentality is not going to do us any good. So I think Duster's going to go 1, and then 3 attack die, and hope that we can defeat this baddie. It would be really, really nice if we get 4 damage. I wish we'd have been able to use, if we'd been able to use the throwing knives before, we probably would be able to end it right now. Alright, here we go. Oh, jeez. Alright, so there's 2 damage and a bone. So we'll put the bone in here. 2 damage, 1, 2. Still leaves 2 on the Goblin Artificer. However, Cry Wolf. So Cry Wolf is the current backup plan that we could do. And it's lose 2 HP and place untargetable effect die on Duster. So basically what this would do is it would force it would force this unit to have to go around. But honestly, the fact is that if we did that, then Duster would die for sure in the next round. So I'm going to say that we take the chance, roll the 2 attack die, and see if maybe we get lucky. Okay, just 1 damage. Just 1 damage. 1 damage off Duster. And there's no bones or anything like that. Mischief didn't fire on Duster because Duster had nothing. So, okay. We're gonna do a little bit of a gamble here. We're going to intro under the old Zelfay. We're going to vamp. Only time will tell. So that's a total of 2 focus. We get another buff HP for Stanza. That's 1 dex. Then we're going to go 2, 3, 4 dex. Remember we have 6. We're going to roll 2 attack die against this Artificer. And hopefully, this is done now. Hopefully we can do 2 damage, which will take out the Artificer and end the round before we go into fatigue. That's my hope. Let's see what happens. Alright, here we go. Oh, yes. That's 2 damage. 2 damage, and that guy, you are gone. There's the 2 damage off the Artificer. And he is off the board. That's another 5-pointer off the board. Oh, I think, did I put that in the wrong stack? Yep. I was going to say, should be 3 5-pointers. Gone. Alright. So he comes off the board. And guess what? There's no baddies on the board. Which means we won. Thank you. So we're going to pull our people back. Go ahead and clean up our player mats. All of our songs on Stanza go back. Our backup plans go away. Everything's good there. Our die go back on Duster. Boom, boom, boom. Backup plan goes away. What do we get? We get 1 training point and 1 loot and 1 progress point. So let's check out our loot. Give it a quick shuffle. so you know I'm not cheating. So we'll start with Stanza. Stanza gets simple snare. During an opposing unit's turn, after that unit moves one position, use this to cancel remaining movement. 2 uses. That could be very, very handy. Duster gets night vision goggle. Shuffle special encounter the Ebonite Doorway into your encounter deck if it has not already been added. Ah, interesting. I don't think. Let's see, let me double check here. I don't think we have. Right there it is. So we're definitely going to use that, but let's resolve the rest of this first. So then we get training points. So I'm thinking of a number, and it's not my credit score. Gosh, do I want another dex or another health? If I got another dex, I could roll my full complement of defense and attack. Ah, man. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So we're going to use a dex for Duster. And then Stanza. Stanza is going to take the very first axe blade. This is number 13. It's 15. That's not what I want. Number 13. So this has basically damage and potentially poison, 1 or 2, and then a couple sides have 2 bones. So kind of if they get close and we got to kind of swing in there, I think that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. All right. And then, cool. That ends that reward set. So now we go to our recovery. We'll go ahead and use these night vision goggles. So we take the Ebonite Doorway and we're going to grab the rest of our encounter deck. And we're going to take it. Right, so there's the rest of our encounter deck. I'm going to flip it over and give it a shuffle. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. And shuffling. And flip this back over so I don't see what the fronts were. So there we go. Yep, so end of day. So trade loot. Yeah, we're just going to keep where it's at because realistically, I think that's pretty good. There's no reason it has to be on Duster, either one of these. Make a lock-picking attempt. Again, no trove loot. End of day, rest and recover. Well, Stanza doesn't have to do that. So Stanza is going to scout. And Duster, I think, is going to go ahead and fully recover because, yeah. And of course, that means Nightshade recovers too. Okay, so scouting. Where are you at? Oh man, where'd I put it? It was just here. It was just, oh, there it is. It's clear. That's why I couldn't see it. A 4. So we could look at a 5-point. We're definitely going to look at a 5-point. Ooh. Ooh. Ranged Dragon Breacher. Compound. Careless 2. It's going to hit everybody. So let's think about this. Day 6 is 12. So there's going to be 2 5s and 2 1s plus whatever. I mean, we got to fight it at some point, right? So we might as well go ahead and get rid of it. So I guess we'll keep it. Wow. That's probably going to be rough. And we'll reset this to 1. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of day 5. And that also, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of this video. We've completed day 5. We're going to go into day 6. Just as a recap, we'll note that I cannot pick these cards up very well. Also, I really can't, y'all. It's sad. I love these cards, but gosh, I wish there was an easier way to do it. There we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, now 5 progress points. We need 6. So when we complete the next day, hopefully, assuming it's got progress points, then we will have enough to attempt to take on the Goblin Queen. So there you go. Super exciting. Hope you're enjoying the playthrough. And I know I am. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing and being part of the channel. As always, in the comments, let me know. Now, I will let you know that at this point in time, I have only uploaded maybe the first day. So I'm behind in uploading. I'm able to record some, which is easier. That's the harder part for me, is to find the time to do that. I can do the editing a little bit easier. So I have not actually, other than the first video, uploaded anything. So there may be some previous videos that you see where I messed something up. Just know that if I did not correct it between then and now, that's why, because I haven't seen it to know to correct it. So just a little disclosure there. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing, and I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, in the next video. Bye, guys.